Hey, what is up you guys? I'm Rafa, your Latin friend over here from Hollywood, California, and I'm gonna be reviewing episode 1 of Loki. The new Disney Plus series just came out and I want to be able to talk to you guys with spoilers about episode 1 of Loki. So here we go. So literally, the series takes us back to the first Avengers movie or Avengers Endgame, and we see Loki once again disappear with the Tesseract. He then is transported to this weird desert world in like 1895, or I think it doesn't specify the year, but he of course gets caught by the Time Variance Authority. Now these are people who want to keep one timeline as the main timeline. So they end up arresting Loki and taking him to their headquarters where he is going to face trial for coming out of his timeline and becoming a variant, someone who escaped their timeline. Then Loki checks in with Casey and Loki's like, hey, that's a Tesseract, that's very important, be careful. And then Casey's like, the Tesseract? That sounds dumb. And I was like, I kind of relate, Casey. So they make him go through this whole process of taking off his clothes and getting him to sign a stack of papers with everything that he's ever said ever in his life. So then there's this character called Mrs. Minutes, and she's like a cartoon that's pretty much explaining to us, the audience, and Loki, who the Time Variance Authority are. She explains that there are a group of people called the Time Keepers, and they were mad because there was apparently a multiversal war happening, so they decided to only keep one timeline. Now, if people from that timeline start messing up with time and doing stuff that they are not supposed to do, like Loki just did, and escape into another timeline, that creates another timeline, and that shouldn't be the case, so those people are considered variants. And if you are a variant, that is very bad, because then it could mean that this is creating another multiverse, and then there could be a clash in the multiverse and creating a bunch of war, and those people don't want that. And I really hope I'm explaining this correctly, because it was a little bit confusing to understand. We then get to meet Agent Mobius, played by Owen Wilson, and he's in France in like 1549 because apparently somebody is killing their time variance officers because somebody apparently doesn't want the timelines to get fixed. Then they see this little kid and they ask this kid who did this, and she points to a window where there's a devil face in the window, and a lot of people are leading to believe that this could be Mephisto, but I hate to break it to you guys, I don't think this is gonna be Mephisto. I think that was referring to the fact that this is another god of mischief, another Loki. And then Loki is in trial, about to get destroyed, until Mobius shows up and he's like, wait, I think we could use this guy. So Mobius is interrogating Loki and asking him questions, and Loki is all over this whole situation. Loki of course tries to escape, but Mobius has this like control remote that can literally control Loki and bring him back from time. Then Mobius shows Loki his whole life through this presentation, showing him everything that he has done in the past. Then Mobius shows Loki his future, when because of him the Dark Elves killed his mom. Then their session gets interrupted, and of course Loki uses that time to escape because he's the god of mischief. He goes to see Casey and asks for the Tesseract back. So Casey gives Loki the Tesseract, and in that drawer he sees that there are a bunch of Infinity Stones casually just lying around, and according to Casey they are used as paperweights. Literally Vision, Gamora, Black Widow, Iron Man are dead because of these Infinity Stones, and the whole world's population had to fade away, or half of the population, and you're telling me that this organization had a bunch of Infinity Stones just lying around in this drawer. Then Loki, like me, is all shooketh because of this. He thinks he might be in a better place now in this godly timeline, so he goes back and sees the rest of his future. He sees his time with Thor, he sees his dad die in Thor Ragnarok, and then he sees his own death. And honestly guys, I gotta give props to Tom Hiddleston because he really sold this moment acting wise. It was phenomenal. Now this really messed Loki up because I bet he was in shock knowing that this is how his future turned out, when he always believed that he was meant for a glorious purpose. Then Mobius comes in and he looks at Loki looking undefeated, and Loki confesses that he doesn't really enjoy hurting people, and he only does it because he feels that by doing that and imposing fear into others, that will make him feel stronger and look better. Then Loki finally asks, why do you need my help? And Mobius is like, we need your help hunting someone. And Loki is like, well, okay, who? And then Mobius is like, well, you see, the variant we're hunting is you. What? And then it jumps to Oklahoma in like 1852. I am really getting confused by all these timelines. And they're the soldiers and they see that there's oil on the ground. They look up and they see a hooded figure with a lantern. It drops the lantern and it makes everyone burn alive. And my theory is that person is Loki. But not Loki, just a different version of Loki. Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna be seeing different types of Lokis, like maybe Kid Loki or Lady Loki in the show. Anyway guys, that was my spoiler review of Loki. Please let me know down below, what did you guys think of the first episode? I am truly in shock, you guys, about how good this first episode was. So I would really love to know your thoughts down below. So make sure to leave your comments down below because I would totally love to read them. If you enjoyed this video, please help me out by subscribing to the channel. And if you enjoyed the video as well, please give me a thumbs up. It will help me out so much. Anyway guys, that's it for me. I'm Rafa, your Latin friend over here from Hollywood, California, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.